Hello everyone, I'm going to be filming a fun book haul today and I'm really excited because I have lots of books that I'm very excited about. And actually, like, I got ready and I was like not really in the mood to film and I was feeling a bit like unmotivated and down, but then I put this crown on and I felt amazing. And honestly, it's the little things in life. Well, actually, I wouldn't even say this is a little thing. This is a huge thing. I love this crown. But yeah, like, you just need to do what makes you happy. Anyway, so yeah, book haul time. Let's get into it. Firstly, need to talk about my books from Book of the Month, and Book of the Month are sponsoring this video, which I'm very happy about because I absolutely love their service. So Book of the Month is a super popular and fast growing online book service for readers, and it's such an incredible service because basically the team at Book of the Month vet hundreds of books each month and give readers their choice from a curated selection of new and early release book titles. And they really focus on promoting new and emerging authors, and they always have a very diverse range of books to choose from, which I really appreciate. And that means that you as the reader can spend less time researching on what books to read and more time actually reading. And I've read some really amazing books through Book of the Month. Now I will show you two of the picks for this month that I'm really excited for. So one of the selections for this month is Killers of a Certain Age by Deanna Raybourn, and I'm so excited about this. As soon as I read the synopsis, I was like, oh, absolutely. And basically this is a mystery thriller. Also, look at my nails, sorry, I forgot to say. I finally got like the chrome Hailey Bieber nails and I love them. Anyway, yes, this is a mystery thriller and it is about some old hags having fun. And in case you're new here, I say hags with all the love of my heart. Like, I have reclaimed that word as a beautiful thing. So basically, yeah, 4 older women, and in the synopsis it says that their talents are considered old school and no one appreciates what they have to offer in an age that relies more on technology than people skills. So they go on a vacation to mark their retirement, but on this vacation they realize they've been marked for death. So to get out alive, they need to see what it means to be a killer. And obviously a killer of a certain age. So sounds like it's gonna be very fun. Definitely plan to read this next month for October. I love reading about a group of girlies, especially like older girlies, like exactly them having some fun. Well, hopefully. It's kill or be killed, but they've been at this at a long time, so I feel like surely they're gonna be like girl boss killers, you know. But yeah, really excited about this. And the other September title that I'm equally excited about is The Fortunes of Jaded Women by Carolyn Quinn. And this is like magical realism, romance, contemporary fiction. So basically everyone in this town knows that the Hyung sisters were cursed. So the curse started with their ancestor who dared to leave her marriage for true love. So a fearsome Vietnamese witch placed a curse on their family so that they would never know love or happiness, and that the Hyung women would only give birth to daughters and never sons. So this is a multi-narrative novel and it's about mourning, meddling, celebrating and healing together as a family, and it shows that Vietnamese women emerge victorious even if the world is against them. So I'm sure this is going to be beautiful and I'm very excited. I'm very excited. So yeah, these are the 2 titles that I'm most excited for, but these are all of the titles that you can choose from for this month. And Book of the Month is completely risk-free, so if you're not vibing any of the titles for the month, you can skip any month at any time and you won't be charged. And Book of the Month also have the best price for new release hardcover fiction, and you can get your first book for just $9.99 by using my code WithChloe. Thank you so much to Book of the Month for sponsoring this video. Okay, so first I'm going to talk about books that were sent to me / gifted to me. So I was sent an early copy of The American Roommate Experiment by Elena Armas, which I'm so excited about. I actually filmed a clip when I first got this, so that'll be in my next vlog, I think. But yeah, very exciting. I was so happy when I knew I was getting an early copy, and I would have read it by now, but Caitlin, Kevin and I are all planning to read it together. So Kevin has his copy but Caitlin does not, so we need to wait for Caitlin to have a copy so we can all read it together and have our moment. And I just know that's going to bring me so much happiness and joy, and I'm just so thankful that I was sent this, and I really have high hopes that I'm gonna love it. I don't know if I'm gonna love it as much as The Spanish Love Deception, which is by Elena Armas as well. This is her second book if you didn't know. But yeah, The Spanish Love Deception is my favorite romance book of all time. So can this beat that? We will have to find out. I will be filming a full-on reading vlog for this when I read it, but yeah, I'm so excited. And if you didn't know, this follows Rosie, who is Catalina's best friend. So Catalina is the protagonist in The Spanish Love Deception, and now we get her best friend's love story. And you know, it's called The American Roommate Experiment. They are roommates. That's a stunning premise, and I think I'm going to fall in love with Lucas, which is this man. So yeah, very excited. So that was sent to me by Simon & Schuster, and Simon & Schuster also sent me Here for the Right Reasons, which is another romance, and it seems really fun. We follow Cece James, who's cast as Juliet on the hit television show Marry Me Juliet. But she's not actually looking for romance, she just really needs the money. And the love interest, Dylan, is not there for romance either. He's actually on the show because he's a spokesperson for a men's mental health foundation and the franchise's first non-white male lead. So he's got a charity to plug and something to prove. So this sounds like it's going to be very fun, and maybe I'll read this for the next romance readathon. Will love bloom when the cameras stop rolling. Another very fun premise. Then I was sent Electric and Mad and Brave by Tom Pitts, and this definitely sounds like my kind of book. It's basically the journal of an unreliable narrator, love an unreliable narrator, recounting his first love amidst the clusterfuck of adolescence. It's a story about wanting to save someone you know is struggling but having no idea how to, being desperately unequipped. So a story about navigating youth, a story about mental health, a story about love. Thank you. Very excited for this. Then I was sent Galatea by Madeline Miller. Look how cute this little copy is. It's a little baby. And Madeline Miller is an amazing writer. She wrote The Song of Achilles, which is one of my all-time favorite books. So I was really happy that Bloomsbury sent this to me. This is a really short story that she wrote, and they republished it in this stunning edition. And I haven't read it, but I'm sure I'll love it. It's another Greek mythology story about a skilled marble sculptor who has been blessed by a goddess who has given his masterpiece, the most beautiful woman the town has ever seen, the gift of life. I just love stories. Wow. Then I was sent The Fear by Natasha Preston. Very fun cover, and basically this story is about this trend that starts on social media where people share their biggest fears, but then the main character Izzy's classmates show up dead and they are dying by what they shared was their greatest fear. So very fun premise. Obviously terrifying. So Izzy sets out to, you know, stop the killer and everything. But yeah, another perfect October read, so hopefully I can read this in October. Then Notes on Heartbreak by Annie Lord. I am so excited about this, especially because my heart is definitely in the hospital at the moment, so I feel like this would be very healing for me. But yeah, this is a love story told in reverse, so it's about the best and the worst of love, the euphoric and the painful, the beautiful and the messy. I'm actually a bit terrified, but yeah. Also stunning cover, love the pink. Then I was sent a semi-definitive list of worst nightmares. Really fun cover, really love the illustration. And this is written by the same author who wrote House of Hollow, which I have not read, but I've heard really good reviews about it, and I do own it and I do plan to read it. I just haven't read it yet. But yeah, so this is about Esther's family who is riddled with fear. Her father is agoraphobic, her twin brother cannot be in the dark, her mother is terrified of bad luck, and according to the family curse, they are destined to die from the very things they fear most. Oh, interesting. Similar to The Fear. And apparently it's supposed to be both funny and thought-provoking. Wow. Okay, so now moving on to the books that I bought for myself. I bought the unabridged journals of Sylvia Plath, and I read The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath and really loved it, so I definitely wanted to read this because this is like literally, yeah, just her journals, her personal journals. And it's always so shocking to me when like journals are published, because if my journals were published, I would simply pass away. Basically, this is the entirety of her journals. Obviously, she's a very talented writer, so I'm really curious, and I'm sure I will love it. July 1950. I may never be happy, but tonight I am content. Now I know how people can live without books, without college. When one is so tired at the end of the day, one must sleep, and the next dawn there are more strawberry runners to set. And so one goes on living near the earth. At times like this, I'd call myself a fool to ask for more. Wow. I'm really excited to read this. So yeah. Then I got Post-Traumatic by Chantel V. Johnson. This cover I'm obsessed with, like, and the spine with the pink writing. Wow. And basically I believe this is like the millennial girl boss fiction kind of book. So it's about this girl in her 20s, I believe. She's a lawyer who advocates for mentally ill patients at a psychiatric hospital. But Vivian has a lot of trauma and she has self-medicated for years with a mix of dating, dieting, dark humor and smoking weed with her best friend. But then a family reunion prompts her to take a huge step in, you know, addressing her trauma, and it says, will she find a way to repair what matters most to her? I've heard really incredible things about this, so I'm sure I'm gonna love it. Then I got Woman Eating by Claire Cotter, and this is like a vampire novel, which I'm always looking for more of, but I'm quite picky with my vampire stories actually. But apparently this one is incredible. So this is tragic funny, eccentric, and so perfectly suited to this particularly weird time. And the main character like loves Buffy the Vampire Slayer. She likes to paint. She's a crush on a cute boy. She's hungry. She's hungry. And she's hungry for blood, obviously. So yeah, I really need to read this ASAP. Then I got Sirens and Muses by Antonia Angress. This cover, incredible. I saw this on Instagram and TikTok, I think, and Caitlin also told me about it. And basically it's supposed to be incredible. It's about 4 artists who are drawn into a web of rivalry and desire at an elite art school and on the streets of New York. Dark academia vibes, young artists. Thank you. Then I got Orochi by Kazuo Umes, and this is a horror manga, and this is about a mysterious young woman who slithers her way into the lives of unsuspecting people like the legendary multi-tailed serpent, for which she is named Orochi. This had really good reviews, and I definitely need to get back into my horror manga era. Then I got The Philosophy of Snoopy. This is just a cute little book with some wise words from Snoopy. And then I also got the Complete Peanuts comics, and I will leave the link to this specific one in my description. It's the 1952-2000, and it comes in this really cute little box set, and it has these two, and under the cover, so cool. I'm thinking to put this on my coffee table actually, like downstairs, so when people come over they can just have a little read through, you know? Like, how fun is that? Then I got Just Kids by Patti Smith, and I keep seeing this around and I think I'm gonna love it based on the vibes alone. I don't even know what it's about. You know, I don't want to know in this case, so I'll read it soon and report back with my thoughts. Then another poetry book, I have New Names for Lost Things by Noor Anaha, and this is about identity, loss, loneliness. Of course, I'm gonna get this, you know. It has amazing reviews. It also has some fun art throughout, so really excited to read this. Then I got You Made Me a Fool of Jeopardy of Beauty, and Caitlin actually told me about this, and it's apparently a romance. It follows Faye, who goes for a dream island holiday, and then she falls for one man she absolutely cannot have. So yeah, apparently it's really good. Love the cover and the spine too. Really beautiful. Another book Caitlin told me about that I had to get is Acts of Service, and I love this cover with the pink, like, thank you. And basically this book is about our ideas of sex and sexuality. And once again, it's supposed to be incredible, so I'm very excited to read that. Then I had to get the physical copy of Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. If you didn't see in a recent vlog, I was listening to the audiobook and I just adored it. So I really needed to get a physical copy so I could annotate and, you know, easily go back to my favorite moments and quotes and words. Like, I highly recommend this book to everyone, especially if you're in your 20s and you're feeling kind of like lost, or even your 30s, like any age. If you're just feeling lost as an adult, it's just incredible. And it made me feel very seen and very comforted in the fact that, you know, a lot of people are lost, and that's fine, and you will find your way and find your people. And there are just so many things that I really resonated with in this book, so loved it, loved it, loved it. Needed the physical copy. Also, oh my god, that's reminding me that the show is out and I haven't watched it yet, so what's that about? I need to write that down, that I need to watch it ASAP. Okay, lastly, I have some books that I got when I went to a Lifeline book fair. So I got Shakespeare in Love, which was like $2. It's the love poetry of William Shakespeare. Inscribed it says March 99 Mummy, and I love buying secondhand books because I love when there's little things like that in it. And there are some photos throughout as well, and obviously some of Shakespeare's love poems. I will have poetry in my life and adventure and love. Love above all. No, not the artful postures of love, not playful and poetical games of love for the amusement of an evening, but love that overthrows life. Unbiddable, ungovernable, like a riot in the heart, and nothing to be done. Come ruin or rapture. Love like there has never been in a play. Then I got Unpolished Gem by Alice Pung, and this is written by a Chinese Cambodian Australian. And I definitely want to read some more Australian books, especially by non-white Australians. Very excited to read this. And it also has some annotations, so that is very fun. Then I got some art books. So I got The Hermitage, which has some really, really beautiful art throughout. I got The Art of Cao Chung Wen, and this has once again stunning art throughout. I got Horst highlights, and this has absolutely beautiful photos. And lastly, the Prado guide. I just really love flicking through art books like this and just getting inspired. So I'm excited to have those. And those kind of books can definitely be expensive, so it's nice to get them at a book fair because you're also helping to support, in this case, Lifeline. So love that. But yeah, that's all the books that I have for this book haul. Thank you so much for watching this video and all my other videos if you watch them. I really appreciate you, and I hope you're all having a good day or night. Don't forget to go to bookofthemonth.com and use my code with Chloe to get your first book for just $9.99. If you're looking for more content from me, I have a Patreon where I upload extra content like extra reading vlogs. We do a monthly live show. We do a monthly buddy read. This month's buddy read is The Book Thief, which I'm so excited about because if you don't know, I love this book. I read it in 2018 and I've been wanting to reread it ever since. So I'm happy that I'll finally be doing so with everyone on my Patreon. If you want to join in the buddy read, my Patreon's always linked below. I have all my socials linked below, including my Twitch, which is twitch.tv/gamewithchloe, and that is where I stream games and just chatting. So yes, goodbye, good friends, goodbye, and I'll hopefully see you in my next video.